Welcome to This Week in Adventist History. This week, we look at two pioneering Adventist ministers. On October 11th, 1910, 99-year-old Frederick Wheeler died in West Monroe, New York in the United States. Wheeler, who before his death had been the oldest minister in the Seventh-day Adventist Church at the time, was born in March 1811 in Acton, Massachusetts. Around 1840, Wheeler was ordained a minister of the Methodist Episcopal Church. 2 years into his ministerial work, he became interested in the approaching Advent and began, quote, advocating the doctrine of the immediate return of the Lord to this earth. At that time, the Wheelers were living near Washington, New Hampshire, and it was there that Frederick Wheeler was introduced to the Seventh-day Sabbath by Seventh-day Baptists. According to his obituary, Wheeler is believed to, quote, have preached the first sermon in favor of the Seventh-day Sabbath ever given by an Adventist minister prior to 1844. By 1861, he had moved to West Monroe, New York, where he diligently worked as a farmer and as a minister. He was one of the charter members of the New York Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, which still exists today. You can see him here in an image taken sometime before his death in 1910. Also on October 11th, but in 1920, George E. Peters finished conducting a 12-week summer Bible Institute in Atlanta, Georgia. This campaign was part of Peters' larger effort to establish Adventist congregations in the American South and to strengthen Black Adventist congregations there in the face of racial opposition. During the late 1920s and through the 1930s, Peters also worked to establish large Adventist congregations in the northern American cities of Chicago, New York City, and Philadelphia. These three congregations, Shiloh Seventh-day Adventist Church, Ephesus Seventh-day Adventist Church, and Ebenezer Seventh-day Adventist Church, are still active today. Peters, the first person born in the Caribbean to serve at the General Conference headquarters, was born on Antigua in 1883, was ordained as a Seventh-day Adventist minister in 1911, and died in 1965. Their stories come from This Week in Adventist History.